Minutes for questions.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it, Mr. Chairman. And I thank the Secretary for being here and testifying. On February 29th, the Department of Commerce Inspector General sent you a management alert for the BEAD program. In that alert, the IG proposed 3 actions that are necessary for the success of the $42 billion fund. 2 of those actions are relaxing the BEAD no-FOS fiber preference and extremely high cost per location threshold provision to take into consideration the limited resources to support a fiber preference. And the second one is developing a formal oversight process to ensure overbuilding is limited to those locations permitted by the IIJA. Clearly, it seems that the Inspector General is listening to Congress on these issues. We appreciate that. So, Mr. Davidson, what is the NTIA's, what are they doing to implement those 2 alerts? And please address each turn if possible.
I'll just say, first of all, we always greatly appreciate the attention of the Inspector General. Helps us always make our programs ever better. We want to operate with integrity, and the IG helps us with that. We often, especially in these management alerts, we try to take the recommendations of the IG. We take them very seriously. And in terms of the second part of what you spoke about, the overbuilding issue, I think the committee can feel quite confident. We've heard from this committee about overbuilding quite a bit. I think we've approached it in a very, very careful way that has fidelity to the statute. And I think I haven't looked at the exact detail of that recommendation, but I suspect we're going to be implementing it or have implemented it. I'm not concerned about overbuilding. I think that I'm concerned about it, but I think we've got careful strictures in place to make sure we're dealing with it. On the issue about our approach to technology, I'll just say we also feel quite confident in our approach and that it is consistent with the statute. And we've heard from a large number of stakeholders who were not consulted by the IG in that first recommendation, who've given us a lot of input and given the IG a lot of input since that management alert came out. And as I say, I think we feel very comfortable that we are working to give every American the best internet connection that we can. And for many states, that's going to include a mix of technologies. States are absolutely expecting and will have a wide variety of technologies at their disposal: fiber, fixed wireless, next generation tech tools, alternative technologies like low Earth orbit satellites, all of which are mentioned in the IG report, all of which we expect states to embrace.
All right, thank you very much. I want to get on to the second question. We need more mid-band spectrum to compete with China and achieve global 5G and 6G leadership. I think you understand that. Under the National Spectrum Strategy, NTIA will study the lower 3-band and the 7 and 8 gigahertz band. How did NTIA choose the bands it will study, and do you think there's enough spectrum in these bands for us to maintain our wireless leadership?
Yeah. First of all, heartily agree with your statement. We do need more mid-band spectrum. We know it, and we're working to find it, and it's hard because it's a difficult process. There's not a lot of low-hanging fruit out there. We went through an extensive interagency conversation and investigation to identify bands where we thought there was promising opportunities for access to mid-band spectrum. And that's where we ended up in the National Spectrum Strategy. It was really like an 18-month process, intensive conversations and investigation, discussions with other agencies. And at the end of the day, all agencies concurred. The White House put out this strategy, and we now have a unified government approach to study those bands. And we're confident that there will be opportunities in those bands to make sure that there's more mid-band spectrum available for a wide variety of uses.
All right, thank you. Let me get to the third question because I know the time is short. The $42 billion BEAD program allowed the NTIA 2% of that funding for administrative purposes. Deploying funding for this program is going to be a marathon, not a sprint. Is NTIA currently managing their administrative funding in a way that will last the entire term of these funds?
Yes. Yes, we are, and we feel comfortable with that.
Okay, can you elaborate a little bit?
If the chair will allow, I will just say, we know we have to be very prudent with the taxpayer dollars. We believe that we've created a life cycle of costs. Congress recently gave us some extra flexibility about how to use our administrative funding. That provides funding for the full life cycle of our programs.
Thank you very much, appreciate it. Yield back, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much. The gentleman's time has expired, and the chair now recognizes the gentlelady from New York's 9th District for 5 minutes for questions.
Thank you. Good morning, and thank you very